So I think the best way probably to do this is just, if you'd like to introduce yourself, Jack, thank you for coming on the podcast. And
Well, you're welcome, Tony.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm
and
intrigued
your background.
about what you're going to do here because it involves history and photography, which is my passion.
Yeah.
But, I came to the UP in 1973 to go to Northern, and I never left. And now you know why.
Yeah.
History and beauty. And I was into fishing and hunting and all that too.
Sure.
But then I graduated from Northern in 75, and I opened my studio above Donkers in 1978.
Oh, cool.
And I was looking for an old camera to do tintypes because my next door neighbor did it at Greenfield Village. I'm from Dearborn originally.
Okay.
So instead of finding just an old camera, Child's Art Gallery was going out of business after 110 years. So I ended up with 20,000 glass plates, all their camera equipment.
Wow.
And my mom and dad lended me a little money to buy it.
Right place, right time kind of thing, eh?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, and I was a scenic photographer, and I
Sure.
even shot weddings. I did everything I could. But then I did old-time portraits for years,
Yeah.
where people had the costumes and all that.
Yeah.
So I was above Donkers for 25 years. And then I bought the Beauchamp's camera building, and I was in there for 10 years. And now I work out of my home, which you visited before,
Right.
right by Northern.
Your studio there, yeah. And
yeah.
so the Beauchamp's building, that was where Superior View was on the corner of Washington and
Yeah,
3rd.
I was there for 10 years. I had
Yeah.
that building.
Right.
And now it's Euphoria.
Yep.
They really changed it. I mean, we had it so Victorian.
Yeah.
It was kind of funny
Super
to see.
modern now.
Yeah, they went into
I mean, there's literally yogurt coming from the walls.
but that was quite the building to be in.
Yeah.
There's the original safe. It was a saloon back in the 1800s.
Oh, cool.
And the original safe was still in the basement, which I used and put some of my oldest negatives in just in
Neat.
case there was a fire.
You reckon it's still down there?
Oh, yeah. You couldn't move it.
It's big.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's big. You could never get it out of there. And I had the combo, which I got from Glenn Beauchamp. There was no combo. And he was in the post office one day, and he rattled off the combo to the safe. And he passed away just weeks later. Glenn Beauchamp had a heart attack. And
Oh, man.
So I had the combo to the safe, passed it on to the owners who have it
Otherwise,
now.
it could have been lost.
Yeah, it was locked.
Yeah.
I always wondered what was in there
Wow.
too. But I got the combo, and then I used it for years.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was so. I had 35 years downtown.
Okay.
So I've been going about 47, 48 years now with this.
And what's next? What do you got on the
I
horizon?
don't know. I can't keep up with the collections.
You got lots
I got
of
so much.
projects happening, hey?
Yeah.
People getting a hold of you with photographs.
I gave eight program talks. I still got about 4 to give yet this summer. And
Yeah.
I used to give 1 or 2 now. I'm trying to raise money for people if I can get an audience in there.
Sure.
Next week I'm in Michigan Community Building doing a big talk.
Cool.
And I'm doing it with Jake Whitman, who just bought the Cohotus Lodge and restored it.
Oh, nice.
So he's going to
Yeah,
give a
I've
talk
seen
on the
some of the stuff
lodge
they've
being
been doing there.
restored, and I'm showing. In fact, I got a collection of Michigan photos from the Murray family. They go back to the beginnings of Michigan.
Yep.
And he let me copy them years ago. Now he just went to AI and he hand tinted 700 of them.
How'd they look?
And just brought that to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're amazing. I
Very
got the
good.
history of Michigan. And
Yeah.
all colored though. Of course, I can take that out if
Right.
I want now.
I see.
So it's like having the black and white
Uh-huh.
too. But he used AI, and it's really funny. Like how AI works. People will disappear. Or they'll be on the other side.
Totally.
You got a 2-headed horse. And stuff. And there's a
How was the
couple
color,
of-
though, overall?
Oh, they're stunning.
It's good, eh?
And I had the show prepared to not even use those,
Yeah.
and I just created a whole new show based on these color ones that he gave me last week. So
Yeah. Sweet.
that's my next show is Michigan history.
Right.
We'll have to talk about that.
Yeah, thank you for doing this.
Yeah,
and
well,
I mean,
thank
you're
you,
busy as
Tony,
heck, and
for
so
for doing what
appreciate
you're
you
doing.
having time to come out here when you're so busy. So
Glad to be
yeah,
in
thank
episode
you.
1. No, I'm
So,
doing good.
yeah.
Just still playing with the collection every minute.
Yeah.
Just got a whole bunch of film back from Kodak where I've been sending them.
Uh-huh.
I send them 10 rolls of film, and I just got the file back. And it's all ski jumping in Ishpeming.
Oh, cool.
1950s on 16 millimeter, and the governor, Soapy Williams, is in the shots. And he comes into the crowd. I'm hoping there's something good there because
Yeah.
I get to use the movies if there's something historic.
Right.
So yesterday I just saw some good footage.
Cool.
It just came back.
I want to do a episode with Marv Cantala because he was a ski flyer back in the day,
Yeah.
and I'd like to do some repeat stuff
Yeah.
with
Like-
Suicide Hill.
Yeah, of course, Child's Art Gallery, being from Ishpeming, shot almost every jump
Right.
starting in 1880.
Right.
So
Yeah.
we got a lot of those glass negatives.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. Episode 1. We're off and running.
Oh boy.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, this is good.
Thank you first and foremost for giving me access to the photographs.
Yeah. Well, your enthusiasm just caught me.
Yeah.
And your love of history. So
some people go one way with that.
We'll see what you make with it.
Yeah.
This is good.
Okay. Yeah. So I thought what would be kind of cool is we put a couple of photographs overlaid on top of some old photographs overlaid on top of some new photographs.
Yeah, I like that.
And we'll take a look at them.
I call them then and nows.
Then and nows.
Or you could say, there's a lot of names you could give them. That's what I do too.
Yeah. So I had a professor at Northern, John Anderton, who passed away a couple of years back, but he was very inspirational for me when I was getting my degree in geography at NMU. And one of the projects that I did was a repeat photography based on a suggestion by him of the McCormick Tract, and going out with the old photographs, lining them up, my father and I in like sub-zero weather, it just happened to be in the winter, and trying to retake the photographs and then blend them sort of in and out of one another and see sort of how the forest had changed.
Okay, not the cabins when they were still
the cabins, but not when they were there anymore.
Oh, okay.
Right, so like this would have been
on the island
years after.
White Deer Island, or
exactly, White Deer Lake. Yep. And trying to get in that same location where those photographs were originally taken.
That's not easy. And
try to retake them and then get them on the computer and blend them. I was just using PowerPoint at the time.
Yeah.
And getting them to go sort of in and out with the space bar and how long, the exposure would be to go in and out and stuff, and like get them lined up as perfectly as I could.
This guy just showed me, it was an old thing that would adapt onto a SLR camera, and you're seeing the old photo up here, and it blends it right on your camera. It's some old device, and he was wondering if I'm not that particular to get it that perfect. I just kind of get it close, but we'll see what you did.
Okay. I mean, we can take a look. Actually, I'll give credit to the people behind the scenes for that. My intern, Hayden Miles, helped put a lot of this together. All of the shots, actually, we were working on the shots. I took some of the photos, but he was the one that sort of blended them together. So cool. I think, we can get into it with... Yeah,
you probably know what most of these are, too.
The first spot, yeah, for sure, because we're starting with Ishpeming.
Yeah.
That was
Old City Hall.
That was a suggestion by you.
Yeah. Well, right to the right of there's a parking lot, and that's where the Child's Art Gallery studio was. In fact, I was just in Globe Printing yesterday, and I was showing somebody where it used to be.
So that would have been like the southwest corner of Division Street in Maine, basically.
But they had the largest studio north of Chicago. They could put an entire graduation class of Ishpeming High School, which was huge, in that skylighted room.
That's crazy.
And that, of course, it burned down about a year after I got all the
At
negatives.
the gallery, you're saying?
Yeah. Got pictures of it. It was pretty amazing. Then it ran right through the 1950s. Henry Helmestow from Ishpeming owned it for a while. Then Beauchamps turned it into Quick Picks, one of the first color processing labs in the UP.
So similar to photography still.
Yeah. But
in the
it's a
same
historic
vein.
spot.
Right. So that was Old City Hall and New City.
So you're starting with the modern one, and we're fading into the old one?
I think so. That's the idea. So we're going back to that.
The color one.
And then you see sort of the truck.
You got it exact.
You see the truck disappear. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
All the people on the steps there.
Yeah. So
hanging out.
That building's still there too.
And then, one thing I was looking at with this photograph too is like, if you look at the lightning rod and then the thing on the right, what the heck is that? You see on the... The roof there? I
think that's a light hanging from that wire. That's
not even on the building.
Light.
Hey,
no,
that's on the wire.
Light.
Good call.
Probably one of the earliest street lights hanging in there.
That's so crazy.
Yeah,
I'm going to say that a lot.
Shot that out with a BB gun or something.
All right,
that's
sweet.
Cool.
Well, speaking of Child's Art Gallery in that corner, I think the next few shots we've got from the... that space.
Yeah.
So you recognize that street?
Well, I just ate in Bucks yesterday.
Had
the hot turkey sandwich. It was really good. Oh, look at that. That's one of the oldest shots. That's when the Nelson House was still there.
What was the Nelson House?
That was the hotel before the Mather. You're looking at the Mather Inn now.
Right.
And here you're looking at the Nelson Hotel, the Nelson House.
One thing about this podcast, too, people are probably going to be screaming through the the screen at me because there are people in Ishpeming that know that area so much better than me, and I'm from there, and I know that
Well,
area
probably
pretty
better than
well,
me
but
too. So
yeah, like I'm gonna be asking questions. What's the Nelson house?
yeah, that is one of my favorite photos. And I think that little dog belonged to the photographer
Cool.
who took it, C.D. Cole. He was a big animal lover.
Yeah.
All right, that's the shot again. I love that.
Yeah, the awnings really pop when they come into view. Hey?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
if the awnings were there now.
Yeah. We'll do it again. So that building on the right now I never really looked at. It becomes, you think that's the same building then?
Well, and this is the earlier one,
There's
and
the
then you
earlier
remember the cow is the next one. So we're
Okay,
getting
but then
the
all right, they just covered it up.
we're
I think
getting the
that's
dog
original.
first, and then the cow comes next.
I think it's the same street looking down. Yeah, and that's the Anderson.
So there's the-
Hotel there.
there's the
They're
cow.
fixing.
And you can see the Anderson
Oh, yeah.
spire
Yeah.
come into view.
yeah.
Now, if we
Okay,
hold it
that's the-
there, can
that's
we
the
hold
same-
it there?
that's
Is
the
it
same
possible to
spot.
hold it on the old photograph, perhaps? So if we can blend it to the point where you're
That's-
basically
that's-
at the old photograph. Okay, hold it there.
You had
So
the
the-
cow in the modern shot.
on
That's
the-
pretty cool.
Yeah, on the side of Wilderness Sports. So the southwest corner, that where it says carpets, that would have been Child's, like next door to that, correct?
Yeah, if the city hall is right behind
It would have been to the right in
Yeah,
that photo.
yeah, I've never noticed that. Yeah, those are great. Yeah, Bucks is for sale.
Yeah. Call Frida Wara.
Yeah, that's still in
All the
this.
people on the street
Yeah,
there
no,
too.
No cars yet either. All horses. Yeah, that's great.
We're
The
doing what we
Lyric-
can with what we got.
The
So-
Lyric is a movie theater that was there. They
The
had several
Lyric.
theater. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. I
Yeah.
think that's a parking lot now, hey?
I'm not
Because
sure.
Gauthier Insurance, it goes Wilderness, then Gauthier Insurance, and then there's an empty building.
Yeah,
Totally.
that's
The
cool.
Lyric Theater. What was going on at the Lyric?
That was before the Butler, I think,
Uh-huh.
was built. And they probably had two or three. They had the Ishpeming Theater. They had the Lyric. They had the Butler. At one time, they had like 4 theaters.
Oh, wow.
You know, and it was like vaudeville stuff. Then it went into movies.
Yeah. What year are we talking here? Like
That
year, like
shot-
what,
well,
what
they opened
span?
in 1880. That could be the late 80s or the early 90s. Again, you're not seeing any cars.
Right.
Cars, you know, you'll see them about 1909, 1910. You'll start to see
Mhm.
them on the street.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know exactly the dates. Nobody put that on the negative, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But those are glass plates.
Late
that we
1800s,
bring
though,
from-
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Very cool.
Yeah. Oh, you can see the street light appear in that one.
Oh,
Okay, so
what do you
here's
got
the one
here?
from the Anderson. So this one we had to take with a drone. A lot of these we did take with
Oh,
drones
you got the
because
strike.
yeah, we did the strike.
Oh
So
my
tell us a little bit about the
God.
strike. Hold it there. Can you hold
I
it
think
there,
that's
please?
1896 when they had a big miners' strike. They called up the Michigan National Guard, and they were camped at what was behind the armory. Now, I was thinking it was the armory that's still there, but there was an old Ishpeming armory.
Okay.
And during the strike, they were camped there, and there was a big storm, and a tree fell over one of the tents and killed 2 of the guardsmen. And
Really?
their grave is still out there. Leo Lafon discovered it, and I have pictures of it. I've never seen it because I didn't know where the old armory is, but that's
Wow.
something to go try to find sometime.
I mean, the history, it's like, who knows this if it's not being recorded? And,
Yeah.
you know, or like, how does this get passed on if it's not being recorded, you know?
Right.
That's
Yeah, if you go back to that, I think
remarkable.
they're asking for $2 a day on the sign.
Uh-huh.
It's very clear when you do blow up that sign. But that's
Were they
the beginning
successful?
of
Do you know?
no, I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so. But look at the wooden sidewalks.
Yeah, definitely.
They marched all the way from Negaunee to Ishpeming, and the guy who held the flag got blackballed by the mine. Never got to work again. He started selling fish, but all the
Interesting.
miners would still come to him. And Frank Matthews tells the whole story about that man who carried the flag.
They honored his, you know, being
Yeah, he
upfront
was
and
strong enough to
taking on
Yeah,
the-
but he got fired,
the big
and then they
business.
wouldn't hire him in any other job. And
Right.
Frank Matthews told the story. Well, they still do that today, but they don't call it blade; they call it the bell because it's done on the telephone now today. Where,
right.
you know, if you beat them out on your compensation,
Yeah.
the mines aren't going to hire you back.
Right.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Yeah.
I'd like to see it again.
Yeah, let's
Make
take
it
a look
happen
at it one more
again.
time.
Yeah, I've never seen that. You're
check
where
out
now?
the
And there's the antique shop.
Mhm.
Okay, which was Gately's in a lot of these early shots.
Hayden pointed out to me too
That
that
is awesome.
the way that the like balls on top of the building on the cornice,
Yeah.
you know, are lined up. They're like perfectly lined up too. Like he was able to, and it's kind of interesting, these drone shots. You can tell what window the person was in when they're taking the photo. This was in the Anderson building from one of the windows on that north side of the
You're
building.
kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because the drone, when you take the shot, is like right there next to the window, which
That's
is
how you
pretty
did
cool.
that?
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I had a feeling that would be the strike. Look at the sidewalks, eh?
I like the
It's a
cigars.
combination
The
of-
cigars sign is cool.
Yeah, that's Jedicke's Cigar Factory.
Oh yeah, and you've got shots of the
Shots
inside
of little
that.
boys in there working with no windows open, no light, no talking,
Yeah.
no breaks,
Right.
rolling cigars.
Yeah, let's keep it rolling, I suppose. Speaking of rolling, I think we've got some more shots. Yeah, so this is Old Ish.
Yeah,
Now,
looking
here's one
down
thing
Main
for you.
Street.
You swore that Old Ish had never moved.
Oh God.
So Old Ish definitely has moved.
Okay.
We are going to get that on record today.
Okay, there's
But not far from the corner of the...
just over a little
Just
bit.
over. I think Old Ish has moved maybe, you know, a 30-foot diameter.
Yeah. Maybe even more than once for all.
Probably, actually, as we were looking at the photos that you gave us.
Yeah.
Can we hold it on the full...
And I got 1950s shots of that too, and I'm wondering if it's still there in the 50s.
We hold it
or
there?
when they did move it.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
When we were trying to get this, you gave us a couple of shots of Old Ish in different locations and from different
Okay.
angles, like the one of the Congress that
yeah.
is now not, you know, the Congress, but wasn't then. I think it was even in a different position from this one yet. It was actually closer. It was almost like it felt like right on Main Street. But
And that bank blew up. They had a gas explosion, just destroyed the whole building. I got pictures of the firemen crawling all over the wreckage. I don't know what year that was.
what?
But there was a gas explosion in the Peninsula Bank that just blew it up.
That's
pretty much.
crazy. What year? You don't know?
No, I got those photos somewhere.
Uh-huh.
Just made me think of that.
About around when would you figure?
Like 1920s, 1950s,
100 years
something
ago.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a gas explosion, but it really took most of the building down. But let's go back to the new one then. It's not the same building, is it?
No,
Yeah,
it's that almost
Right.
looks like Bedford limestone
yeah.
or something.
But that's what happened to
And then
the old one.
notice what is now West End Bike and Ski was a 2-story building.
Oh,
You see that with that Jacobsville sandstone?
Oh,
and so they
sure.
cut the building down, but the actual bottom floor, I think, is still the original building.
yeah. And I
All
think
that
was
pressed brick.
Wasn't that Ben Franklin's too at one time, that bottom part?
Yeah.
they had an
And
Ishpeming-
Merrick's.
Yeah, Merrick's.
Merrick's was there.
Right,
I think where the next awning over is, where the flag kind of is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
I know a roofer who took the spire off that Anderson bill.
Oh, you did? Did you?
building.
Really? Oh, did they know that?
That's a whole nother
they
story. We'll
looking
get
for
we'll get
it?
him on telling that
That's
story.
Great.
Yeah, for sure. But they're redoing that building, which is great.
Oh, I
Have you
know.
been by there
Yeah,
since
yeah.
they started
Yeah.
doing their construction on
That's
it?
Antonio Andon, I think, is kind of running the whole
Yeah.
show there.
Yeah, some
as far
pretty
as
awesome
financing
stuff.
and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I one of the things that I wanted to do with this as well is, you know, we've got the then, we've got the now, and then what's next. And I think that is
Yeah.
one of those pieces of this whole puzzle that
Right.
we get to fit together.
Right.
Right? So we
Yeah.
get to decide, or we
Yeah.
get to sort of be a part of what happens next, both with the towns, with the forest, with the UP in general. Where does all of this go?
Because you're seeing it where it was, what it is now, and thinking about the future.
Yeah. Conservation.
This is a neat way to talk about history, to see it change like that right in front
It's
of
fun,
us.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're going to get this dialed in. It's moving a little quick. What I'd like to do, so big picture, I'd like to have my controller here potentially, and I'm actually maybe controlling the screens themselves, and then I can have a dial or a lever where we can dial the photos in and out.
Then you don't need the whole crew.
And the crew is still going to be very valuable. but where, you
Yeah.
could say, oh, okay, hold it there, or,
Yeah,
and
right.
we can just move the dial. And
Oh, this looks great so far.
but we're doing it. It's happening.
Love the
Episode 1.
monitor.
Yeah. So what do we got next? I think we're still in Ishpeming.
Oh yeah, the man.
Do you know this building? Are you familiar?
I had my wedding reception there.
Cool.
And I think I drank too many bird baths. And yeah, that's amazing.
So do you know when I was trying to figure
Wow,
that
that's a good then and now.
that photo seems so good.
Wow.
I'm picturing like 1950s or something. When
The picture that's coming
the
up. Let me look
old
at it
one
again.
this was another drone shot, by the way.
Yeah.
So the building that is just a few doors down from the Rainbow is where the drone was sitting. Someone was on the roof of that building basically taking this shot.
Yeah, I don't know enough about the changes to know what year this would be, but they were photographing this since it was built in the 30s right up until,
Yeah.
and all the storm of 38, the worst snowstorm that ever hit the UP, they shot a lot of the Mather in with all that snow. So, that was the 30s. I think you're right. I think this is 40s or 50s.
Maybe. Hey? Yeah. Because it looks really clean.
Yeah.
Look at all the shrubs in
I got
the
many
trees
shots
and
of it,
things,
yeah.
and how they drop in size,
Yeah.
But then in the distance you've got the trees that grow in size. So you've got trees that died in the back right
Is
of the
that
photograph,
interesting?
but then
Yeah.
you've got all the shrubs that they've planted there. Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh
my God.
Isn't that cool?
Amazing.
And of course, I mean, I'm sure they've gone through many iterations of,
Yeah. And that was a well-built building. They didn't want that one to burn.
yeah,
Because the Nelson House, I think, burned in the 30s. Then
Feels
they
like-
rebuilt that right on the spot.
every building that I research in Marquette and the
Burned.
surrounding areas has burned in some
Yeah.
way, shape, or form.
Yeah, Jim Koski he does a story just on that.
Yeah.
And the whole he goes, and what do you think happened to it in the audience? Well, I'll go, it burned. You do it on every photo.
Yeah. I remember skateboarding in the parking lot of the Mather, speaking of then, now, next, and thinking it was haunted. Skateboarding all around downtown as it's like
Yeah.
in the state it's in, and then going to the Mather and skating there. And, kids had thrown rocks through the windows, and people talked about the pool in the basement and all the different stories. And then 20, 30 years later, you get this
Yeah.
after buildings that could get demolished, could get torn down,
Yeah.
decide that there's historical value. People come together or fundraise or spend
Yeah.
some money and make that happen is just like so heartwarming and so good
Yeah.
for communities like Ishpeming.
Lisa Peterson.
love what
forget
they're
her
doing there.
partner's name. I did quite a few photos that are in the lobby now, and they actually have one of my wife at our wedding.
Oh, cool.
Holding on to the banister that's out front there. So
Yeah, nice.
she made the wall. In
Yeah,
there.
cool.
1970. We're about to do our 50th anniversary this year. So
Congratulations.
that was 50 years ago.
That's awesome.
We got married at St. Michael's Church in Marquette, and they still had an outdoor football. It was a Saturday.
Yeah.
And when I said I do, that you could hear the crowd yell. Must have been a touchdown, but I said I do, and we heard this.
Perfect timing. Yeah, that's
That was
awesome
before
story.
they built the dome.
Yeah, very cool. Okay, well, I think that's Ishpeming. So now we're getting into Negaunee.
Yeah, and that was a CCI building, and now I think it's the public schools still using
Yeah,
it.
the superintendent's office is in there now,
Okay.
I think. There's another one of those lights. Okay, cool. Can you hold it there, Brandon?
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah,
why
me
I'm
too.
fascinated by these lights. They just look so like, I don't know, like steampunk or,
It's
they're
electric, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're wired up there. They weren't gas.
Yeah, right. I guess.
I like the
Wouldn't be
Widow's
steampunk,
Walk
but
up there. Now, is that gone? We're going to know in a minute if
I
it's
think
gone,
it
huh?
is gone. Widow's Walk, hey?
Mm-hmm. And, of course, the Brighting.
All the
which
awnings.
I remember well.
Nope, still
Oh,
up
it's
there.
still there.
Yeah.
Oh, what a classic.
Yeah, so tell me about the Brighting. I don't really know a whole lot about it.
Yeah, well, somebody burnt that one down.
Of course they
I
did.
think some kids were playing in there or
Uh-huh.
whatever. But, yeah, that was a major. Of course, Edward Brighting was, very famous in the iron industry. And
Yeah.
when he died, his wife married a Kaufman, so more money was even
Mhm.
rolled into that whole thing. And he's got one of the neatest mausoleums in Park Cemetery. It's a sandstone mausoleum.
Is it near the Kaufman Mausoleum?
Yeah, it's not far from there.
Yeah.
But then the Kaufman Mausoleum's right
Yeah.
there too.
Yeah.
But Yeah, if you read, of course, you've read Fred Reedham's books, but the Edward Breiting story is amazing, and I'm not sure why it's named after him. He must have been probably one of the money men behind it or something. But
yeah, it feels like if you were playing trivia and you had to guess at what someone was doing, it was either banking, mining,
right,
logging,
shipping.
Smelting, furnaces, shipping, right? There's like half a dozen
especially
things.
In Negaunee, some of the biggest.
And then they all married
mansions.
into like each other's families and stuff. It feels like because didn't Peter White married a Graverette, didn't he? Or someone, maybe his. I don't know.
That was a Kaufman.
There was
who married a Graverette.
Yeah. I can't keep it all.
Peter
straight.
White married a Hewitt.
Okay,
That's what he was. Dr. Hewitt, and Hewitt Avenue is named after his father-in-law.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That's one of the other reasons I wanted to do this as well, is to feed my own curiosity and learn more.
I still have a little bit of a memory
about what you know, because
it usually comes out when I see photos.
Your history is quite strong. I noticed that right away when we first met.
My mentor was Fred Reedham.
Right. Yeah. I mean, Superior Heartland plays a major role in all the stuff that I'm doing too, you know.
You read that, you know a lot of the history.
I try.
Especially with McCormick
It's
Track.
dense though. There's a lot in there.
That story of McCormick Track. And I've got hundreds of shots of McCormick Track.
We're definitely going to be doing episodes on the McCormick Track.
I think I told you I took a video as they were tearing it down too, went all the way around it, and went in and shot Richard Hendrickson as he was taking it down. And I never volunteered to help out there because I thought it was crazy. 2 summers.
How were the bugs? Yeah, when you were taking photos and stuff, were they getting into your shots?
I was there. I don't think it was bothering us, but that was just to take a. We had a bunch of friends with us, and we wanted to show them what was going on out there. So we canoed around the island, and I had a video camera.
Cool. Yeah, that's sweet. You're gonna like a couple of these next ones coming up, I think.
Okay, Iron Street.
Here comes the streetcar.
Oh man, that's the same spot, huh?
That's the same spot. At least we think it is. I was asking Hayden,
because
we got to get it right.
Is one of those buildings the restaurant now?
No, so this is where Slapshots is. So it'd be like back into the left. So yep. And then Samara Floral is across the street now.
Oh, you're pretty close, though.
But the back of that photograph is against that huge building that got torn down. That's right next to the bar in the west side of Negaunee there. I forget that.
That's 1909.
Maybe Bar's Bar, but
the date from the photographer is right on the name.
09?
Of that.
Or did you say 89?
No, that's 1909. This photographer shot all over Marquette County in 1909. And that building on the right is a savings bank. That was actually the savings bank store. It was like a department store. They were all over the UP.
Oh yeah.
I got other shots.
You can see
the savings
says
bank
it right
store.
there.
It wasn't a bank. And see, it says dry goods.
What are they selling then?
Just it was like a department store.
Yeah.
And I think there was one in the Copper Country. I think there was one maybe in Menominee or Marinette.
A little UP chain.
Yeah, savings bank.
Cool.
Yeah, just noticed that.
What was the name of that building? I think we're going to see it in the next shot, actually. The giant one that got torn down where the windows are at the Veerling.
Yeah, the Sunberg block.
Sunberg
block.
Yeah, check this out.
Yeah, I'm sorry to see that go.
Well, it's going to come back here. That's the beauty. That's the beauty of this.
Oh, wow. Look where you got it.
This is a drone shot. We had to get up in order to get over those trees that are at the end of the street there.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot. You're way back then. The Sunberg's that bigger one on the right there.
That's right. And you're actually in Jackson Mine Park right here when you're taking this shot now. Okay. Which is wild. Look at the horse.
That's an old shot. There's no cars yet.
So old.
Yeah. That's got to be like 1900. Wow. Oh, that's neat.
If the horse was still around and that guy was still riding, he'll get some ice cream from the new ice cream.
But that building is still there on the left, isn't it? That big one?
There's a couple of matchups that I think we were able to use to get this lined up. So there's let's see.
That's the same old building. I was trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I reckon that's Stregonona maybe.
Oh.
I think, hey?
Yeah, I got to check that out closer now.
Can we do it one more time? Hold it at the new really quick.
That's a drone shot. Huh?
That's a drone shot. Just barely. Right there is just barely.
Is that Stregonona?
That's Strega. So like the blue and red on the facade there.
Yeah, she was asking me if I had a photo, and I said no.
Well,
now
we
do.
got it. We got it.
Yeah,
And then
neat.
boom, look at that. What was the building again? The Sunberg?
The Sunberg block.
Yeah.
I don't know if you had the straight on shot of it. It was pretty neat because there was a photography studio there. There was a movie theater.
Yeah.
And then all the stained glass windows are the ones that are in the Veerling now as room dividers.
Right.
But that's a great street scene. I like how you did that.
We'll have to, because we did take that shot, but we didn't put it in this set. We're going to have you back, Jack.
Yeah, that Veerling, people are always amazed that they can go see those stained glass windows. At least they were saved.
Right. You know where they were made by chance?
Mm-mm.
No.
There was a lot of glass artists back then because a lot of buildings had stained glass. A lot of homes did too.
Sure. And they would have just been like decorative atop the windows or nearby on the second floor or something, right? I remember seeing.
Or a lot of them had stained glass because there was a lot of money in those days.
Right.
People had to build a big mansion. You might as well have stained glass in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
You're
that
in
one's
the park.
cool.
It couldn't have been done any other way.
That one's so cool.
Yeah.
I really like that too because it is a drone shot, but it actually did work. Like this obviously isn't a drone shot, but because a lot of those buildings are literally gone.
In that track, right in the middle of the street.
Yeah.
Wow.
It would have been really interesting, actually. I don't know if we have any shots in this set that go down toward the west end of Iron Street there, but how far it would have gone into Old Town before it hits it, like... I guess I don't know what the intersection at Jackson Mine Park would look like.
I think that was really
now,
the end of the downtown.
Okay. And then it would have been housing and like a lot of the mine and...
Yeah, there's some great tours of Old Town now that are just mind-boggling when you walk through there.
Totally.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Yeah, the plank sidewalks. Too cool.
Stairways to nowhere.
Uh-huh. What do you mean by that?
Well, Old Town, I mean, all those sidewalks. I mean, the stairways.
At
stairways
Old Town.
to nowhere.
Right.
You walk up them and it's like, there's nothing up here.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, the Old Town.
What else we got?
The Jackson Mines right there. It's amazing.
Oh, here's that shot. Or one of...
Oh, there it is.
So we did put it in there.
Oh, okay.
Sweet.
All right.
There it is.
Yeah. And those
Look at that. Look at how dirty the road is.
That's an oldie. That's late 1880s.
What would that have been like?
Yeah, look at those are gas lights too on the street. Okay, so that's the angle of it. Huh? Wow. Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet, eh?
Yeah.
How I'm just trying to picture trying to stay clean.
The mine's that close.
That,
well,
but
that's why
also
they had
like
sandstone.
mud roads.
Yeah, it already looked like it was red walls. Yeah.
Can we go back to that one more time?
You would hear the mines. I mean.
Oh God, they were right there, eh?
Yeah. Yeah, amazing.
But just thinking like this wasn't even a rainy day, and look at the streets.
Yeah.
They're like rutted out, full of mud.
Yeah, but the Brighting was built, so it must be the late 80s. Mm-hmm. Then you see the old bank. That's the still there today.
Which, what are we talking about? On the corner there with the peak? It's got like kind of,
Yeah, that was an antique shop for many years.
Right. Yeah. Can you hold it there for a second, a little bit longer? So this is the gas lanterns, on the left.
Yep. You see the stained glass windows I was talking about.
Right.
That got saved.
Right.
And that was on the far right of that building is a photography studio. And on the far left was a little movie theater. You don't see it quite as good. I have other shots where you see the posters for the movies and stuff like that. But yeah, that's too bad that building's gone. Yeah. But look at the one next to it. It's still there.
Still there.
God darn it.
Yeah. What is that? Bars Bar? Am I wrong? I should know. Yeah.
All right, that's amazing.
It's so cool, eh?
Yep.
Isn't that fun to just look at?
Yeah.
I feel like...
Yeah, that's a neat way of looking at photos now. Because, you talk about today and back then.
Mm-hmm.
The same photo.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Let's see what else is on the
still in the
list. One more. Yeah. Oh, and this is the grand finale.
Really? Now that's one of the depots that's still there.
Okay, so we've got it cut a little bit. We need to maybe pull that and shrink it. Wow. Is that possible right now? Not right now, huh?
Okay, that's not where That's not where the venue is now. You go in. That's the other depot.
No, that's
that's
the different one.
Oh, that was Marilyn Much's.
In this shot, look at the kids in the front. How quick they pop when we transition it.
Oh yeah.
And then the people on the platform start to appear. If we can do this one more time, it's kind of wild to see the kids. And like, I was trying to watch how quick they come into view.
You know,
Boom!
I never
And
knew
then
that
all of a
was-
sudden,
that was the same building.
you know, and
Photo.
this photo, you have the full frame of those kids. And I think what happened here is we didn't blow it up to the right size, and so it's
But then
cutting it off, but
the
you can still
Negaunee
get a
sign starts
sense
to
for
show
it.
up,
Yeah,
and there's no Negaunee sign anymore. Somebody must have that in their bar, or
probably.
their basement.
There it is.
Oh wow.
Okay, now we're talking.
Wow.
See, and you got to get that because there shows the rails there too. Like,
Oh yeah.
this is the Grand Poupah here.
Yeah, that's great. I didn't even know you could do that.
Isn't that neat?
Yeah. The kids.
And now I think this is a good one to stop on too. Because I think it's one of the coolest ones.
Yeah.
I just love this. Is that the like train light on top of the building? Is that what you reckon that
something
is?
to do with the railroads. I've seen that on other depots. I can't really tell you what it was for. Or
Yeah.
what, but
I think another thing to be, like really proud of with these types of projects is now maybe someone sees this and they're like,
Yeah.
okay, let's
Get
fix that
inspired.
building up, and it's still in pretty decent shape. The brackets are still in good shape.
Yeah.
Someone did the roof, right? They're taking care of it. Northern
I'm pretty sure that
Design works.
That was a pottery studio when I had my business downtown.
they're doing some stuff, and then
Then the kids show up.
the kids. Yeah, that's pretty.
That is a great
Awesome.
one. Oh, you guys did good work. Yeah, this is going to be fun.
Yeah, and this is just the start, hey?
Yeah.
So this was 11. We weren't sure how many to do either. And you gave us probably 24, and we had more, but we wanted didn't know how long this was going to take in the end either.
Now you know what
we
you
know.
can still get from me to do even more, and
Yeah.
now how you're doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Then and nows are great.
And I think too, part of this as well is at the end of each episode, what we'd like to do is invite other people if they have stories, and we're able to use some of your collection, or if people have pictures themselves, old photographs that they want us to retake, and then
you'll get some that
they
way
can
too.
come
Yeah.
on, and we can have people telling stories, and that oral history being collected and preserved,
I'm happy to be attached to this. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I appreciate all of the support that you've already given us. Like, it's been awesome.
You took it to another level. This is great.
Thanks, Jack.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. And I'd love to pick your brain after this too, to figure out sort of like where we go from here. I've got a couple of people lined up for episodes 2 and 3.
Mm-hmm.
I told you, I think on the phone, episode 4, 5, 6, something like that, we could have you back.
Yeah.
But after,
And when
you know
what kind of photos you're looking for, I can
picked
easily
another-
just send it to you right in the computer. You don't even have to come get them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Neat.
Yep. Sounds
I
good.
got to meet your dad.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
He was up on my roof last time I met him.
He's been on plenty.
Hasn't leaked.
Yeah.
Great.
So I think also one thing I want to be mindful of as well is just like anybody or anything you want to give a shout out to as it relates to like your work,
Mm-hmm. I'm sure that'll come up.
You mentioned Fred Reed Holm as your mentor and Superior Heartland and how you played a role in that. I know some of your photos were in there, but just even thinking to myself a little bit, to give an example of Marquette Regional History Center, huge shout out to them.
Yeah.
Can't do a lot of the stuff that I want to do and a lot of this project work that I've been doing lately without their support. The UP Land Conservancy, Yellow Dog Watershed Preserve, the different,
Yeah, you got a good source of people involved, so that's good. It'll grow.
Yeah. And anybody that you want to give a shout out to, like you said, you might come up with something later, but if, you want to plug anything, this would be a good forum for it.
How are you going to show this to people when they want to see it? It's once you put it all together, it's going to be on...
It's going to be on YouTube.
It'll be on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think one thing I should have mentioned, again, pilot, still figuring it out, is as we talk, trying to maybe describe as much as we can to the just audio viewers of the things that we're looking at, because they can't see it if they're listening to it as like a podcast, because I still want people to be able to hear the stories.
Yeah.
You know, you were able to dig into some of those stories a little bit today,
Yeah.
but I mean, obviously there's a lot more there.
Sure.
And
You know, I got so much movie footage of old Marquette with streetcars going and stuff.
that's too cool.
It's already digitized. That'll be a nice thing to
We're
have
gonna
movies
have to have a
happen
conversation
too.
about that. Yeah, that'll be
A lot
cool.
of movie footage
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, and we can probably take some of that stuff with drones as repeat. I don't know if that makes any sense as far as videos go, but
So we can even do this in the winter, and it might be
Heck
nice to
yeah.
be warm. Then
Totally.
here.
well, and then the haze, geez.
Oh,
You know,
this is
hopefully the
crazy.
viewers can see some of the
yeah.
lake at some point, because this is just
Oh
wild.
yeah, this isn't your usual view.
No, we want it to be nice. And right now it's just cloudy as sin.
Well, typical foggy.
Yeah,
shipping
right.
freighters in trouble day.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Well, and
Cool.
there's so many things to cover. So
Right. Yeah,
episode
this
1
was just
it's
something
historic.
that we tried as
Very
like a
cool.
pilot, and
Yeah.
we'll have you back if
Okay.
you're wanting to be back.
Oh yeah.
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 Awesome.
I'm in.